She's only the second woman to ever lead the Calgary Police Service, a journey that began nearly 4 decades ago after immigrating from Scotland and finding her calling in a job that would come to define her life. Welcome to City News Connect, and tonight we're looking at the life, career, and inspiration of Calgary's current police chief, Katie McLellan. Katie McLellan was named interim chief in May, replacing Mark Newfield, who retired after 6 years with the force. At the time, the Calgary Police Commission stated that she would assume the role on an interim basis and they would not immediately begin searching for a new chief. CPC stated that it wanted to wait until several high-profile events concluded, including the G7 and the annual Calgary Stampede. In September, the Police Commission made the decision to postpone the formal recruitment process for a new chief of police, with Chief McLellan to continue in her role until at least January 2027. CPC adding the decision reflects their confidence in her leadership and the stability she has brought during a time of significant operational and strategic demands. After being named interim chief, McLellan said she would look at ways to modernize the service and advocate for increased resources. When I sat down with Chief Katie McLellan, she told me where that story began.
I'd actually come to Canada with my family a few years earlier, and so we emigrated from Scotland, as you said, to Canada. And I've got no policing in my background whatsoever. And in fact, I was looking through some old photographs and I pulled out my 1985 high school graduation picture from Fowler-Lacombe High School. And at the bottom, it puts what you want to be. And I've got Catherine Roberts, police officer. It was just always a calling that I had, always something that I wanted to do.
After receiving her diploma in criminology from what is now Mount Royal University, she started as a dispatcher. 2 years later, McLellan became a police officer where she served in multiple divisions across Calgary, from frontline response to leadership roles that shaped the direction of the service. She says it's always been about community impact and that being chief is surreal.
Surreal is definitely the first word that comes to mind. Just absolutely honoured and privileged. When I started, there was, as I said, not many women around in many of the different positions that I went to throughout my career. I worked hard and I played hard and I proved myself. I took on many initiatives. I built great relationships. Many of us had kids and our kids grew up together and we celebrated holidays together. And so truly a family within a family.
My name is Douglas McLellan. I'm a constable with the Calgary Police Service, and the Calgary Police Chief is my mother.
Beyond the badge, McLellan is also a mother who raised 2 sons with her husband, who was also a CPS officer for more than 3 decades. Her sons, Robert and Douglas, also now serve in the same force she leads. At home, policing isn't just a profession, it's part of everyday life. Robert and Douglas say family dinners sometimes feel like briefings, but for the McLellans, it's also a bond.
It definitely could turn into like a bit of a briefing depending on what happens in the week, if there's like a good call or something. But we always seek each other's advice, like whether that's my dad who's retired or my mom who's the police chief. When she's at work, first and foremost, she's the chief. When she's at home, she's our mom.
We grew up literally watching Cops, and at the time it was America's Most Wanted. It's exactly like how it is in the movie. I mean, we're talking about work and we're talking about how the day went.
For the McLellans, policing is more than a job. It's a family tradition built on service and sacrifice, characteristics Katie carries with her as a chief and as a mother.
The public probably doesn't see that she's emotional, but she definitely is emotional. I think with my brother and I being in policing, I think she worries a little bit when we go out on shift, but she knows at the end of the day, my brother and I will take care of each other. Caring as a mother, she's always there for us, she's always there to listen to us, and she's always there to help us. And as a leader, I think she's humble. She never forgets where she comes from.
Her sons say that while their mother wears the uniform with pride, she never lets it overshadow her humanity or her heart.
She's always there to listen to anyone, and she'll meet with anyone at any time. She's always a leader in our eyes. We're always super happy to be a part of her life, and obviously having her as a boss is amazing.
From the front line to the front office, women have played an increasingly vital role in policing. But for Chief McLellan, representation is about more than numbers. It's about showing what's possible. As one of only 2 women ever to lead the Calgary Police Service, she says progress means inspiring the next generation to see themselves in uniform and to know that leadership is within reach.
When we brought our parents to school, and you get to talk about what they do for work, it was nice, and we thought it was cool, and it still is to us, when they get to wear uniforms and we get to show our mom and dad off.
That pride in service is something the McLellan family shares deeply, a reflection of years spent wearing the same badge and of the legacy now carried by a new generation.
My grandma's very proud of my mom and all the accomplishments that she has.
Nationally, about 23% of sworn police officers in Canada are women. In Calgary, women represent roughly 17% of the Calgary Police Service. The service has introduced recruitment and inclusion programs aimed at increasing female representation and building a workforce that reflects the city's diversity. Only the second woman on the job. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you hope to inspire more women to join the force?
Oh, without question, without question. Women bring different things to the table, and so, it depends on who you ask, they'll tell you what they bring. But I see just amazing women that are competent, capable, assertive, kind, compassionate. I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited for women more women coming into the Calgary Police Service.
For Chief McLellan, that pride is matched by humility, a reminder that every milestone, every rank achieved builds on the work of those who came before her.
Super privileged, super honored to have this position. I know there will be many women who will come after me, and I'm just enjoying the moment right now.
Has your gender ever influenced your leadership approach, either in challenges you faced or the strengths you bring to the role?
I've been very, very fortunate in my career. It never really was an issue. I know for other women it certainly has been. There was lots of times when I was coming into the boardroom or coming into a parade and I was the only female there, but it was very few and far between times that I actually felt like I was an outsider looking in. I've just been super, super fortunate, got to work with amazing women and men, but the men in my career have been so instrumental, right from my officer coaches to my partners to my sergeants, all through the ranks, who have taken me under their wing, who have tapped me on the shoulder and said, you can do this, you need to step up and you need to do this.
As one of the few women to reach the top of the Calgary Police Service, McLellan's story underscores how mentorship and support can open doors and how representation within the ranks continues to evolve.
You can do it, without question. And I think women sometimes hesitate. You can make an amazing impact in this city, and you can be an amazing role model for others. And if you have a family, you'll be an incredible role model to your children.
Katie McLellan says her service is a source of pride, but also a reminder of the responsibility that comes with the job. Still to come, as Chief McLellan says, her priority is public safety, keeping Calgarians safe while strengthening trust between the service and the community, and she shares her plan on how to achieve it. Welcome back to our profile of Calgary's Police Chief Kate McLellan, who is sitting on an interim role which has been extended until at least January 2027. As Calgary continues to grow, so do the challenges that come with keeping a fast expanding city safe. For Chief McLellan, it's not just about adding officers, it's about rethinking how policing works in a modern city. From resources and recruitment to wellness and training, she says supporting those who serve is just as critical as serving the public itself.
We need more police officers, and the city has grown. We have not grown. As you know, 10,000 approximate people a month have come into the city. Some of our crime is starting to increase, and so, but it's not just about putting a police officer in a police car. It was much simpler many, many years ago when you hired a police officer, and so, yes, of course, there was back-end support and administrative, but it's so much more complex. And to just ensure that we keep our members healthy and well, and that they have the proper resources, training, and tools.
Calgary has changed dramatically over the past 35 years. In 1988, the city's population was just over 650,000. Today, it's growing to more than 1.6 million, more than double in size, bringing new demands on policing and public safety.
When I started all those years ago, it was a priority one call, so that's a call in progress. You had to get there within 7 minutes. Guess what it is 35 years later? 7 minutes, even though how much the city has grown.
How is the recruitment process right now? You said that, yes, we do need more police officers.
Yeah.
Are there more people applying? Is the job still attractive to people who want to become in the force?
So personally, I would say yes, the job is still attractive.
Yes.
So I have been a police officer for 35 years, 33 with the Calgary Police Service. My twin boys are on the police service. My husband is a retired police officer. And so, but it is a calling and it has changed. And so when I first started, you know, if you got a gun, it was the call of the year. And now our members are seeing guns and weapons on a regular basis. And so you have to know what you're getting into.
As the service works to meet the needs of a growing city, McLellan says staffing remains one of the most pressing challenges. For her, ensuring enough officers on the front lines is critical to maintain safety and service across Calgary.
We're at 60% staffing. How did we ever get to 60% staffing? I'm sure when your daughter goes to school, you're not going to say, I want you to achieve 60%. So, you know, we need to get that bar back, and we need to bring that back up.
Among those answering that call are her own family members now serving within the same organization she leads.
At the end of the day, we show up at work and we just want to go out there and take calls and get bad guys and help people who need help.
As Calgary grows, so does the need for a police service that reflects the city it serves, one built on trust, innovation, and professionalism. For Chief McLellan, maintaining that standard is about more than reputation. It's about ensuring the Calgary Police Service continues to attract dedicated people ready to serve the community.
Having a police service that is well regarded in the country, that is innovative, that is inspiring, that we have a lineup of people to come and join the service.
As she spoke about service and impact, I shared a moment that hit close to home, a story about a personal encounter with a police officer. My little girl, when she was 2 years old, we were walking on 4th Street in Mission, and she saw police officers. They were on their lunch break, and she loves police officers. She loves fire trucks too.
Did you tell her we're hiring?
She's almost 6. We're getting there.
That's okay. We'll get her there.
And she will never forget till this day when the police officer had a toy badge on him, and he put it on her. She has it till this day. Impact.
And it's the passion and the pride, Hajar. Like, it's just, again, 35 years of policing, I still have so much pride. And you know what, is there some tough days? There's some tough days. But at the end of the day, we get to serve, we get to make a difference, we get to engage, we get to help people.
Both the chief and her son spoke about impact, the idea that every action, every call, and every moment of service can leave a lasting mark on the community.
Now coming into the job, we work with people in our districts or throughout the service, and they worked with our parents, so they have good stories, funny stories, not so good stories, but it's all awesome, and super happy to be a part of this service.
Douglas says one piece of advice his mother often shares, both as a chief and as a parent, is to always stay human and remember that what may seem routine or minor to an officer can mean everything to the person on the other side.
Treat people as if they were your own family members. She always says these people, regardless of the call, if it seems silly to us or not, these people are calling us on the worst possible days of their life, and for us to show up and give our best foot forward, regardless of what's going on in our personal lives or previous calls that we were at or difficult calls we were at, we just got to step up, show up, and like the rest of the service, we all do a great job at doing that.
In that exchange, the conversation touched on both policy and purpose, from the structure of service to the heart of it. After the break. Running a police force takes more than just one woman. It takes an entire village, or in this case, a city and province. Katie McLellan says working closely with both municipal and provincial governments is critical to protecting the city. She believes community safety requires coordination between police, council, and provincial partners, not just reactionary measures.
It's super important to work with council and all of our counterparts, and so anything that we can do together to keep and make this the best, safest city in the country is the number one goal, right? And so police can't do that alone. It's not all of the issues out there, and some people, you know, when we talk about crime and disorder and mental health, and so police play a role in that, but we can't solve all of that. And yes, you know, are we the only ones there sometimes after hours on the weekend? But we have great partnerships with our city council counterparts now. I expect that to continue into the future with whomever gets into that position. But super, super important to be collaborative and to work together to have the ultimate goal of having this the safest city in the country.
Following the province's decision to suspend photo radar operations, Calgary Police have been working closely with the Alberta government to address growing concerns around traffic safety. Over the past year, the city has seen a notable rise in serious collisions and fatalities, many involving young drivers, motorcyclists, and pedestrians. Chief McLellan says collaboration between law enforcement, government, and community partners has been key to restoring some enforcement tools and bringing several cameras back online.
Super important traffic safety. It's funny, because when we often do surveys, one of the 5, 6, or 7 concerns that people talk about is traffic safety. But then when they get a ticket, they're like, no, we don't want traffic safety. And so it's a bit of a double-edged sword sometimes, but super, super sad and super disappointed over this last while to see the increase in fatalities. Many young people, many on motorcycles, some are pedestrians, and so together as a city, we own all different parts of traffic safety. So I have to tell you that working with our partners in the government, they've been super supportive. They have a process and they have embraced it, and they have said, this is what we need to do. And so we've worked collaboratively, we've come together, and so we've gotten some cameras that we've been able to bring back online. But traffic safety is super, super important. It's the impact to families and the impact to individuals. It's just astronomical, and it's just so, so sad and so traumatic. And so I think everybody understands it. It's just, how do we do it best so that it works for everyone?
Part of keeping Calgary safe, the chief says, is recognizing that public safety isn't just about enforcement, it's about compassion.
We might have to move along here just because this business is right.
That includes addressing the growing challenges of mental health and addiction and making sure people in crisis get the right support from the right resources at the right time.
It's about getting the resources to the right people at the right time. And sometimes it's not the police. We are not the people that should be there. People with mental health and addiction issues, they shouldn't go to jail, if they're not committing a criminal offense. Some of them, obviously, we've heard, they don't want to go to shelters. And some of them don't belong in a hospital, so where else is it that they can go? We've had many initiatives, many partnerships over the last couple of years. We still have partnerships with social workers and mental health workers and crisis workers. Together, that's the answer. Together, when you bring all those resources, where we all have a different piece, where we all have a different strength, where we all have a different tool in our toolbox that we can put together for that wraparound service to assist individuals in helping them get healthy.
Within the service, McLellan says supporting those who protect others is just as critical as serving the public. Over the years, conversations around mental health and wellness have shifted, creating a culture where officers are encouraged to seek help when they need it.
The culture has changed in that before, people wouldn't put their hand up or come forward and say, I need some support. And so it's so great to see that people put their hand up. And I often say that it's okay to not be okay.
For McLellan, keeping Calgary safe means being flexible, adapting to change, understanding community concerns, and balancing priorities.
Our priorities, obviously, they come from our citizens, they come from the Commission, they come from our engagement with our community, they come from stakeholders in the city and all the partnerships that we have. And I often remind our members that when we joined this job, you take an oath to protect and serve. And so every single day, that is our mission. It is to protect and to serve.
Inside the service, McLellan says she is leading cultural change, improving trust, transparency, and accountability.
You have to have that transparency and accountability insights. It's about willing to engage, willing to listen, willing to come around the table and say, we don't have all the answers, and sometimes we're going to get it wrong. And when we get it wrong, we're going to apologize. We've got lots of different community partnerships that our doors are open, our windows are open. Come in and have a look. What do you think we need to change? And what is it that you're hearing in the community that we can have that two-way relationship and partnership?
Building those bridges, she says, starts inside the organization with honesty, accountability, and the willingness to learn from mistakes. It's the kind of leadership McLellan believes helps strengthen trust, not only within the ranks, but across the city as a whole.
I would like to see that, you know what, we have trust in the leadership, and we know that we're in this together. And so, you know, I've got great relationships with both the associations. And at the end of the day, we all say our mission is the same, our vision is the same. We want the best for our members so that we can be best for this city. And so it would be a really strong, solid, internal police service that can do what they signed up to do, to serve and protect, and not have to worry about the internal strife and the internal drama, knowing that leadership has got their back.
We'll be back after the break with the big question. With the position only an interim one, will McLellan look for something more permanent? Stay tuned for the answer. Chief Katie McLellan leads the Calgary Police Service at a pivotal time, one marked by population growth, increased service demands, and renewed efforts to strengthen community trust. But with her role only an interim one until at least January 2027, is there ambition on her part for something more permanent?
Great question, and so you know what, I'm loving it right now, and so we'll have that conversation with the rest of my executive team and with the rest of the commission and see what that looks like in the next year and a half.
Whatever happens, one thing is certain: under her leadership, CPS has expanded recruitment, enhanced mental health and wellness supports for members, and advanced internal culture initiatives aimed at improving transparency and accountability, making sure as the city continues to grow, the service continues to adapt to meet Calgary's evolving public safety needs. I'm Hajar Al-Kazai. Thanks for watching this edition of City News Connect.